Right now, at 6, new court records lay out what the feds say happened just before a federal agent opened fire on 2 people in southeast Portland. Plus,
this is extremely disheartening.
The charges against a local fire chief and why the sheriff says there may be more. Then, why charges were never filed against a former restaurant employee accused of stealing nearly $300,000.
He was somebody that we trusted.
And later, a grand tour of Italy's floating city as our countdown to the Olympics continues.
We love tourists. We don't have any problem about that. But sometimes we need to find also some real Venetian life area.
First, here at 6, new court documents are giving us more insight into what may have happened in the moments leading up to a shooting involving federal agents in Portland. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich. The documents say the 2 people shot were inside the truck you see here and that it repeatedly rammed a Border Patrol vehicle. Kyle Aboshi joins us now live from the federal courthouse in downtown Portland, where the man the feds say was behind the wheel appeared in court. Kyle.
Well, the man was arrested after being released from the hospital. In court today, he moved slowly, his injured left arm motionless. A judge ordered he stay behind bars until a detention hearing on Wednesday.
Luis Nino Moncada appeared in federal court Monday. The 33-year-old faces charges including aggravated assault of a federal officer after investigators say he rammed his truck into this rental car used by Border Patrol. A federal agent shot Nino Moncada in the arm and his passenger, Betsabeth Zambrano Contreras, in the chest last Thursday in the parking lot of an Adventist Health primary care center. The FBI says there's no body cam footage from Border Patrol officers, and security cameras from the medical office didn't capture the shooting. But according to court records, here's what happened. U.S. Border Patrol agents were conducting targeted enforcement operations when they spotted the pair in southeast Portland. 6 federal agents in 4 unmarked vehicles made the traffic stop in a medical office parking lot. The driver appeared anxious and visibly moving, according to court documents. When Border Patrol identified themselves and ordered the 2 to get out, federal agents said Nino Moncada put the truck in reverse, ramming the Border Patrol vehicle parked behind. He continued the forward-reverse maneuver multiple times, investigators said, slamming into the Border Patrol vehicle. Several agents said they were fearful for their safety. Then, one agent fired 2 rounds from their service pistol into the driver's side window. After the shots were fired, Nino Moncada drove off and called 911 for help.
Caller saying that he was shot twice by ICE and his wife was shot as well.
The Department of Homeland Security said Moncada and Zambrano Contreras had both entered the U.S. illegally from Venezuela and have ties to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Court records indicate Zambrano Contreras is suspected to be part of a prostitution ring and was previously involved in a Portland shooting last summer.
The female suspect who was shot in the chest is being held at the Northwest Detention Center in Tacoma. She's facing a criminal complaint in Texas for immigration-related charges.
Kyle Aboshi reporting live downtown. Appreciate the follow-up, Kyle. We're also following developments out of Minnesota after an ICE agent shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Good last week. Today, after a weekend full of protests nationwide, things got heated between protesters and federal agents in the neighborhood where the shooting happened. This comes as Minnesota officials filed a lawsuit against the federal government today to stop the deployment of immigration agents after federal officials ordered more to the state.
The deployment of thousands of armed, mass DHS agents to Minnesota has done our state serious harm. This is, in essence, a federal invasion of the Twin Cities and Minnesota, and it must stop.
The lawsuit names Homeland Security, ICE, and Border Protection. According to NBC, those agencies have not yet responded to the suit. And stay with us as we continue to track the legal case following the shootings involving federal agents in both Portland and Minneapolis. You can find the latest online at KGW.com or anytime on our free TV streaming app, KGW+. Developing tonight, the trial of a woman whose dogs attacked and killed a 6-year-old boy is underway. This happened at a Northeast Portland home back in December of 2023. A family friend, Coco Miller, helped take the child to school every morning. And one of those mornings, the boy was at her house when her 2 dogs attacked him. The boy's grandmother testified this morning about getting the call from Miller after the attack.
She said, "You need to turn around or you need to come back. Yeah, you need to turn around and come back." And I said, "Why? Is everything okay?" And she said, "No."
Officers say Miller tried to stop the attack and was injured. She is charged with 4 felony counts, including criminally negligent homicide. Portland police are investigating after 2 men were found dead at a recycling center in North Portland days apart. The facility is on North Hunt Street, just north of Columbia Boulevard. Police say the first body was discovered January 5th, the second, January 9th. No details so far about what happened to the victims, but the police homicide unit is investigating. Police don't believe there is a danger to the public. Now to an update. We've learned a 64-year-old woman has died after she could not get out of a house fire in Northeast Portland this morning. Investigators believe flames broke out on the main floor, sending smoke upstairs where the woman was found unresponsive. They think an extension cord attached to a portable space heater started the fire. Officials say any large appliance should be plugged directly into a grounded wall outlet, never a power strip or extension cord. Firefighters also did not find any working smoke detectors in the home on Northeast Garfield. New information tonight out of Pacific County on the Washington coast after the Ilwaco fire chief was arrested and in court today for sex abuse charges. A warning, some details in this story are disturbing. Devin Haskins has the update.
Not at this time.
Jeffrey Archer appearing via video in Pacific County Superior Court, accused of raping and molesting at least 3 children over several years from 2013 to 2019. Archer is the chief of the volunteer-run Ilwaco Fire Department in the small Washington coastal town.
This is not just affecting Ilwaco. This is affecting the entire community in the surrounding areas.
Pacific County Sheriff Daniel Garcia says Archer's alleged victims came forward after he said they feared being retaliated against or not being taken seriously, given Archer's public position as the fire chief.
Anything like this hinders and hurts the emergency services. We're all in a position of trust, which needs to be coveted, maintained, and not broken. And this is extremely disheartening.
Court documents say the 3 victims accused Archer of raping and molesting them on several occasions while Archer was babysitting them at his home. One victim said Archer raped them every weekend over a 3-month period in 2019. Another victim told police Archer gave them drugs or alcohol for letting him perform sexual acts. Another said because it happened frequently, they couldn't remember how often it happened. Archer was arrested Friday, January 9th, and in the days since his arrest, at least 5 more potential victims have come forward.
Especially now the number reaching up to 8, it's extremely heartbreaking for the families and for the victims. So hopefully everything that we do is to help them with justice and some sort of solace.
Archer remains in jail on $500,000 bond. The city of Ilwaco says that immediately after his arrest, he was placed on administrative leave with an assistant chief taking over on the interim basis. In Ilwaco, I'm Devin Haskins, KGW News.
Typical details to hear there. Okay, now to a traffic alert starting tonight on I-5 near Salem. The freeway will be closed in both directions between exits 248 and 252 from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. for the next 3 nights. Drivers should use Commercial Street Southeast and Kubler Boulevard as detours around that closure.